Hey guys, it's Rob again, back with another video. Well, after a few grueling days, we have finally got this paint booth finished. Oh my goodness gracious. This little booth, I'm telling you, you would have thought I was building a booth 16 foot long. This thing kicked my tail. But we're finally finished, and feeling pretty confident this thing is going to get the job done. So I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible because I got a few things I need to go get done inside my house. It's like 7 in the morning Central Time right now. So we got everything all completed. So just give you a full rundown of the booth in general. So the booth is 6 feet long by 5 feet wide by 6.5 feet tall. We have 4 millimeter plastic covering the entire booth. We laid down a very large tarp for the floor. The nice thing about having this large of a tarp, if by chance some of the particulates do make it out of the booth, I don't think they will, but just in case some of the particulates do make it out of the booth, hopefully they'll land on the tarp instead of going all over the place, which it'll be fine. No worries at all. So I have an air intake filter here. It's just a cheap filter that I got from Menards. It's a 20 by 25 by 1. I see a lot of these guys on YouTube building these booths, and a lot of these guys are buying these $20 air filters, top of the line by 3M. And honestly, if you're just going to be painting guitars or small parts in this size of a booth, honestly, a cheap filter should be fine. This one cost me a whole $2. I bought 3 of them. I bought those at Menards as well. So I got the air intake filter here. So we got good positive. I actually have the box fan going right now. We have good positive air pressure going, positive airflow, because as you see right here, the door is getting sucked in. The sides are getting sucked in pretty good with the negative pressure, but they're not going in too far, so that's perfect. And I kind of like that it does that because I put some Flex Seal clear sealant, and I took some silicone and tried to seal up all the edges in the booth as best I could. We'll go around to the back here, and there's the box fan. Pump it out. Running right now. There's another behind it. There is another 20 by 25 by 1 air filter also. So like I said, hopefully when I go to shoot this 2K clear for the top coat, hopefully we don't have any issues. But now you're going to notice that there's a lot of excess plastic around the booth. I was going to cut all that excess off, but I decided not to, simply because my thought process was if I had to adjust the booth some way and had to pull some of these staples out, at least I have a little excess to work with. I got some excess at the top. Now, on the roof, I have actually 2 layers of plastic because I wound up going over the top of the booth widthwise, and I wound up going over the top of the booth lengthwise. So there's a lot of dust on top of the ceiling here in my garage. So do not have to worry whatsoever about any kind of dust falling inside this paint booth when we're painting. I used a tarp zipper to make a door. Honestly, I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of little bit of a better system, because it's still, with me having all these staples holding down this plastic, it's a little bit tough getting inside the booth, but it can be done. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and take you guys inside the booth. Okay, so here's what we got going on so far. So I have the space heater going. I got it set at 80 degrees. Now the thermostat in here, I've had this door open for quite a bit. So right now the temperature in the booth is 57 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's at 46% relative humidity. When the door is zipped up completely, with me running it at about 80 degrees on the heater, at one point I had it at 50% relative humidity and 63 degrees Fahrenheit in here, which that is a pretty decent temperature to be painting. So once I'm in here painting and I have the door zipped up and sealed up and everything, I don't think we're going to have any problem regulating the temperature in here. The heater is putting out good heat. A lot of guys are probably going to wind up saying, well, you're going to have to be really careful running that heater, spraying that 2K clear in here. Well, I think what I'm going to do when it comes time to spray the 2K clear over the top of the guitar body for the top coat, I'm going to shut the heater off altogether. But we got good airflow going right now. You can actually feel the filter come in. The walls are coming in from the negative pressure. You know, I originally had said that this was going to be a positive pressure spray booth. It's actually more of a negative pressure, but I think it's going to work just fine. So along all the edges, along the 2x4s and everything, on the ceiling, on the roof and everything, I originally sprayed some Flex Seal clear sealant from a spray can, sealed that up, but then I also made the decision to use a tube of silicone, clear silicone, and go along all the edges also to try to seal this up as tight as possible. I do have to do some vacuuming in here because there are some little bit of sawdust and everything in here, but I don't see myself doing any painting today. The floor is coming up a little bit, but it's not bad. Once I get my sawhorses in here and I get my my little platform to mount my guitar spray stand in here, the floor will go down. But it's not terrible. It's not like coming up. It's not coming up real bad. Along the bottom of the frame, I sealed the bottom of the edges with Gorilla Tape as well. And like I said, we've got good airflow going through here. Right now it's a little bit too much airflow going through because, like I said, I've had the door open for a few minutes, and that's why the humidity in here is so low and the temperature is so low. But it's no big deal. I got some 1500 lumen workshop lights from a discount store called Bailey's. So I've got those mounted on the 2x4s. So with the garage light's still able to provide some light in here, but I may wind up getting another set for along the back of the entrance here, but I'm not really concerned about getting that done today. Honestly, I feel like there's plenty of lighting in here to get done what I need to get done. Like I said, now what I got going over here as far as all the outlets and everything, I bought a power strip from Menards. It's a Smart Electrician. I was going to get a power strip surge protector combination, but I thought it was kind of silly paying $40 for a surge protector when I'm only going to have a few things running in here at a time. I'll probably wind up pulling my air compressor in here also. I'm not sure yet. Honestly, I may just leave it mounted outside the door and just pull the air hose in here. I think that'll be just fine. But yeah, so I've got the heater plugged in here. I've got both workshop lights plugged in here. Now, what I did with the box fan, I tried to keep everything sealed off as tight as I could with this frame that I built out of just, lumber I had sitting around. So I have the fan set on the highest setting to pump out the paint fumes as quickly as possible in this booth. So if I need to shut it off, I can either just hit the switch on the power strip like that, or I can just pull the plug out. And then what I usually do, I usually just mount it behind the cord for the power strip. Now that did wind up turning the heater off, but I'm going to go ahead and leave the heater off for right now anyway, because I don't see myself honestly not even doing any painting today. So, but yeah, I got to do a little bit of vacuuming in here. Now the power cord for the power strip is 15 feet long, but unfortunately the only plug-in I have in this garage is way back where that pegboard is, and the cord's still just a little bit short reaching over there. So I have an extension cord plugged into another power strip in the back. I mean, you're really not supposed to do that, but honestly, this thing is not going to be running all the time anyway. But yeah, we're finally done with this thing. So like I said, when I got this thing done this morning and I zipped the door up, I got it up to 50% relative humidity, and I had it up to 63 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty decent painting conditions. I can if I crank the temperature up on the space heater till about maybe 85, I can probably get it up to 70 degrees in here. But usually if you keep it between 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit and keep it as close to 50% relative humidity as possible, you'll be just fine. So yeah, unfortunately, both my days off are gone. Today is Monday the 3rd, Yeah, I have to do a little bit of prep work on the Telecaster body. I have some nicks and some dings that need to be filled. I don't know if I will get to that today, but hopefully by the end of the week we'll be able to start painting. So, but yeah, pretty excited about this booth. You know, I've been wanting a paint booth for a long time, and you know, it's finally completed. And yeah, really looking forward to the next few weeks. When I get this Telecaster project done, I'm probably going to start on a Stratocaster project. But yeah, she's finally done. If I had to do it all over again, instead of bracing two walls together, I would have just made 4 individual walls. I honestly think also, instead of using a tarp for a floor, I think I would have just built a raised floor out of 2x4s also. And if I decide to do this again, instead of using the plastic, I've been actually kicking around, maybe thinking about using drywall. I don't know. The problem is this booth was built really not to be a permanent structure. You know, I can eventually take this down at one point, but yeah, but that 500 square foot of plastic sheeting, guys, it's 20 foot by 20 foot wide by 25 feet long. And there's, like I said, it's a 500 square foot roll. If you're wanting to build a paint booth like this, I mean, this is the way to go. 4 millimeters is perfect thickness if you're just trying to build a small booth for yourself. 6 millimeter would probably be even better, but 4 millimeter works just fine. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below, and I'll try to get back with you as soon as I can. So stay safe, guys. Have a blessed day. Take care of yourself and take care of others, and we will see you next time.